Hey everyone, this is Gamefandango, and I'm Jake.
I'm Chris. Today we are playing
Friday.
the 13th.
Alright Chris, explain to our viewers how this game works.
Well, there are one of 6 counselors that you pick. 3 boys, 3 girls.
Lord of the Christmas.
More Deb and Chrissy. If you notice, there are big cabins and small cabins. The object is to find a lighter and light all of the fireplaces and the big cabins while avoiding Jason smashing your face in.
That rhymes.
Unintentional. Unintentional. It says torches, but... Oh, there is a torch you can actually find that works.
Really?
Yeah. Alright,
Or
so...
in England, a flashlight?
A flashlight, yeah. The weirdest thing about this game, and this is the honest truth, other than just the randomness of the Jason attacks and the fact that he's wearing a purple jumper, is just this isometric... Uh-oh.
The cabin design, right?
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, Blinken cabin 2.
Yeah.
2. 2. 2.
Yeah.
2. 1.
What does that mean?
That means Jason is in this cabin. But first we gotta find him in this weird... Oh god!
There it is.
I was trying to explain this one day at work to Jake that, like, if we take what my character was looking at literally, Jason was standing right behind her the entire time.
But it doesn't look like that.
It doesn't look like that from the way that they have this, like, weird isometric 3D angle. What's even funnier is there are some times where you go and look throughout the cabin and he's
For now.
and he's right where you came in at.
Yep.
Oh god!
Oh god! He was pissed.
I want a rematch now.
Well, go in the cabin and show... Alright. Also, explain the zombie people.
The zombies are supposed to be Jason's past victim, which is kind of a cool thing.
I honestly would like to see Jason, like, kind of ruling a bunch of zombies and having them attack.
Oh my god, that'd be the great idea for a movie.
Look,
Jason, King of Hell.
well, there we
Whoa!
go. Someone's gonna steal
Copyright,
that so
copyright,
hard.
copyright.
Copyright.
Jason, King of Hell. Oh my god. I mean, the closest thing they came close to
you heard
was...
it here, folks. You heard it first here, folks.
Okay,
So, well, there's your architecture lesson for the day.
No, I mean, like, in some of them, it does make sense. Like, this one makes sense. Look.
Yeah.
You move up twice when you come into the main cabin. Okay. But if you kind of look, it would make like there's no hallway on either side. It looks like a square thing.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have put the 2 walls on the side. Because look, now I've turned 90 degrees. So I should be facing a hallway. This should be open.
Yeah.
But I have to turn again, and I'm back there.
What the hell?
Yeah, right? So you hit down, and now there's a way to go. And there's a fireplace out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, this game is... It's bad. It's terrible.
I want to see someone draw the architecture, like a blueprint of this place.
It would be like trying to draw a, what is that thing? The tetrahedron?
Dodecahedron?
No, like the hypercube thing.
Oh, the hypercube?
What do they call it? The tesseract. There we
Yeah.
go. It's like...
Oh, speaking of hypercube,
Hypercube me.
do you know about the movie Cube?
The movie cube.
Yes.
The horror movie cube?
Yeah.
It doesn't really tie in other than the fact that it's a horror movie, but yes, I know about the movie cube. And its subsequent sequel and prequel.
Yeah, and the sequel is Hypercube.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's weird.
The thing about that movie, and now we're getting into like some real JonTron and Ego Raptor territory, because like, we're playing this game, but we're not talking about pasta. The real
Cube is a lot different from pasta.
the real thing about that movie is there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's an experiment.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what we do. And that's terrifying. Because, like, the Saw movies, you find out that the guy has a point. He's trying to enact social...
He died 6 movies ago, but he's still killing everyone.
Well, no, I'm not going to get into the Saw continuum, but my dad and I used to have a tradition where we'd go see the Saw movies, because he's not a real big movie guy, but he liked the first Saw movie.
Right.
And me and him saw it at the movie theater, and I was like, if they do a sequel, we'll go see the next one. And then they made another sequel, and we went and saw that. Then they made another sequel, and he was just like, went and saw that. And my dad goes, and we were leaving the theater of like the 4th one, and my dad goes, you know, he's an engineer, Chris. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, it makes sense that like he could make this trap, and that there's a guy helping him because he's kind of sick from cancer. But who's helping him do all the medical things? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's just like, I bet you that doctor's helping him. I was like, what doctor? The lady doctor? And he goes, no, the doctor from the first movie.
Jason's back. Well, there you go.
And my dad was right. Like, Dr. Gordon was helping him the entire time.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Dad. Like, they must have...
I've seen up to 5. I have 5. I have the first 5. I just didn't watch the last 2.
The Saw 3D is the shits, dude.
There's 6 and the final one. 7 total, right?
Oh, I don't... Who gives a shit at this point? I mean, the thing is,
The final Saw.
I give them the final cut. The thing about the Saw movie is, after like the 3rd or 4th one, the 2 original guys were no longer in it.
What?
You can't go in without a key.
Well, that's ominous.
And it's not their movie anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't have anything to do with the Saw movies anymore. And
Debbie died.
Debbie does
Away.
death. He's not in here, by the way.
Anyone else notice George's face at the top? He's pretty happy about.
Hey guys, I'm going to kill people. Hey guys,
Oh, we got some lighters.
here's the best part. The lighters have two purposes, and I'll show you one of them. But you'll now notice that like stuff will pop up as I'm jumping. The lighter will let you see stuff like hidden items. And now there's a fire.
Well, there you go.
And that's the other purpose, is lighting fires to keep the boogeyman away. Who is the scariest movie villain of all time, and why?
Scariest movie villain, horror movie villain, or just straight villain?
I would say primary antagonist.
Primary antagonist.
I don't know, like, because like you would say Darth Vader is an antagonist, right?
Yeah.
But he's not the primary antagonist.
I guess it's the Emperor.
It's the Emperor.
Yeah.
Like, even though in the first movie the Emperor is just kind of mentioned by name,
Yeah.
you realize that Darth Vader doesn't have sort of free will. He's just the Emperor's bootleg.
Yeah. He's Annie.
Annie. So who is it?
Scariest villain.
The scariest villain, I'm gonna go and say Max Schreck's Nosferatu from F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu.
Yeah,
His portrayal as
That's
Count Orlok
spooky.
was terrifying.
like how they like put him on a plank
Oh, and they raise him up.
and they raise him
Just-
up, make him look.
he-
Like,
he
it's so
had-
simple, but like he just has like a way about it.
It's the body language, the way that he folded his fingers.
And he moves his eyes first before he moves his head. If you look closely.
Oh no, like he was definitely, like, you could tell, like, I don't know. And if we're gonna go, there's a murderous crow. If we're gonna go to like recurring
I'm trying to
antagonist, man, I'd say the Wolfman. I've never liked the Wolfman.
Here, what was it? It's Coffin Joe.
Oh, Jose. I know Coffin Joe. Now we're talking like.
See, my dad.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
What is it?
Look at this bat!
Ah.
It's terrifying. Okay, so we're talking Coffin Joe.
So okay, my dad and I were just sitting there watching, watching whatever on TV, and for some reason they were playing Coffin Joe on like one of the.
Zo de Coxo, if you want to do the Spanish.
Yeah. Was it in Portuguese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portuguese Spanish. I'm sorry.
Hey, Portuguese has X's in it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's Jose de Coxo.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I'm familiar.
So, I'm just letting them know. They don't know.
The zombies.
The
zombies
now.
are zombie fans. So you're watching Coffin Joe.
Yeah, and like my dad, I had not heard of it before, and like my dad didn't know what it was either, so we were just kind of watching it.
Oh my god!
Like,
with the tarantulas?
I'm trying. It's been a while since I've seen it, but the thing that really spooked me out was like he was like this guy, kind of like embracing, like kind of, I guess, demon-esque kind of things. But he was just a dude. He was just a dude walking around like screwing around, doing terrible things. I found that terrifying about
the most interesting thing about that director, Jose.
And there's a part where he stabs his hand or something, or like he.
There is a movie coming out. Well, Rodrigo Deodato. Oh, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
The guy who did Cannibal Holocaust is directing a vignette. Coffin Joe is directing a vignette. A guy who did some directing in a Japanese movie, the name escaped me, but if I knew it as soon as I saw it, it's one of those big Japanese movies. I think he worked with Takashi Miike. And Uwe Boll is directing something in it. And like my friend Tony's like, oh well, it automatically fails because it's got Uwe Boll in it. I was like, the problem with Uwe Boll is he's like Tom Six, and Uwe Boll has like the
Tom Six of Human Centipede fame.
Oh my god, like that movie was it was a terrible movie, not because of the content. It was just a dumb premise. The cinematography and filmography in it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. But anyway, the scariest thing about Coffin Joe is like he led this really troubled upbringing, like really dysfunctional and stuff. So he made a biopic, and he starred in it, and he made his family star in it, and reenact the scenes that caused him trauma as a kid.
Wow.
So he basically it'd be like sitting down, somebody goes, do you remember that time you abused me as a kid? What were you thinking? Like, oh my god, you want to talk about one of those guys.
Well, is this the actor or the...
No, like, the actor of Coffin Joe is the director of Coffin Joe.
Right, I knew that.
And he made his own autobiography film pick.
Really?
And starred in it. And had his real family in it, describing the trauma.
I don't think Jason's even touched this.
Jason is like, I don't even know. Anyway, on that note, on that mental issue,
Oh, Jason.
we're gonna call it a day. This game is it lives up to its hype, and it's a bag of dog shit.
Well, the thing is, like, we basically were just like...
That's the game. You run around, you light fires, and you kill Jason. Anyway, like us, subscribe us, friend us, suggest us, touch us.
Be my friend.
Be our friend on Facebook, suggest us games. If we like you, we'll give you kisses. If not, then you can go fuck yourself. And star in our film. Yeah, you can star in our autobiographical pick. I'm Chris.
I'm Jake. That is Gamefandango.
Stick around.
Stay classy.